What's up, guys? Welcome back. Maverick here today with another episode of Vivy. Yes, we are blasting through these episodes because I do want to get this done before the start of next season, and we are actually on a roll right now, right? I'm really loving the story. I'm really loving the characters, the animation, the sound design. It's just brilliant on all levels, right? And I especially love the fact that this is actually an anime that forces you to have an introspective and really think about things. You could say that this is trying to be deep or something of that sort, but I do feel like it sort of encompasses the sci-fi genre very well, especially those that have that are related with AI and their relationship with humans, right? I talked a little bit about how I feel like in the last arc we really started delving into these issues, calling upon the classical sci-fi works of famous authors and whatnot. And yeah, maybe I'm looking too much into things, but I don't know. I have a good feeling that this is probably going to be a prevalent theme throughout the show here. Now, on to the next arc, I guess, and, well, let's just see if it's going to be the same kind of situation as the last arc, right? Matsumoto, he disappeared, and then maybe, after some time, once we reach another singularity point, he comes back and say, Vivy, we got another mission, right? So, in any case, let's get into the episode. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Alrighty. Episode 5, okay. And, I'm gonna venture a guess and say Vivy probably was living with Momoko, or Momoka, for a while. Alright. Is this a human and an AI? Yep. Or is it two AI? No, I think it's a human and an AI. Now kiss. And probably this is also going to cause an uproar in society or something of that sort. Maybe. Oh. Oh. Okay, we are in an alternate timeline now, I guess. And she's getting more and more popular, right? Although, I guess that's still a kind of a modest crowd, let's say. I do like the kind of transition though, like using the fact that she's performing and launching into the opening here. By the way, both the composer and the lyrics for this song are actually very well known. The lyricist in particular, well, I guess most people probably would be more familiar with the composer, but the lyricist actually does a ton uh, of idol songs as well, for actual idols, not like just for 2D stuff. How long has it been since then? Throw it away. Yeah, 5 years. I think I only caught a glimpse of that, but I think it said that human unemployment has reached all-time highs. Yeah, why is she suddenly so... Huh? Okay. Okay. Mm. War Machine Deep. I love how sarcastic Matsumoto is. Hey. This is the difference in AI, eh? That's what... he's still about 70 years more advanced, right? Hmm. An AI run factory producing AI, eh? Oh? I'm guessing this professor is probably something related to the development of AI, right? Oh, you know, I'm going to be surprised, but not very surprised if at the very end it was actually Toak that sent Matsumoto back. Hmm. You know, I think this is a pretty reasonable guy, actually. Right? I'm actually with Matsumoto on this sense. Right, right. I feel like this guy is definitely someone who knows the what's gonna happen if AR just allowed to evolve uncontrollably, right? It's kind of like what I was trying to say for the entirety of the last episode. If you guys are interested, mm, the first human AI couple. Yep, I knew it. Right. So this is definitely someone who loves AI, right? But still thinks that oh, this kind of uncontrolled evolution is bad. Because as I mentioned at the end of my review last episode, this can only lead to the extermination of humankind if we continue to go on like this. Because there's just no reason for humankind to continue to exist. Well, what about Vivy? Hmm. Mother computer. But the AI here are not humanoids, eh? I feel like the entire layout of this place feels more human than mechanical, to be honest. Well, I guess since they are AI, right, and they have things like feelings and emotions and all that, they still need to have these sort of amenities that, hmm. Yeah, see, even with greenery all around and whatnot, right, and it looks like there's apartments and complexes as well, right? This is like a little city of its own. Okay, so I guess they built this city with our humankind's sake. There's something very eerie about this, and yet, hmm. Hmm. I guess you aren't exactly a very advanced AI. Hmm. Okay. I retract my statement. Toak? Yeah. Evacuation process. Yeah, I'm actually kind of wondering what are they going to do to stop Toak though? Oh, wow. So Toak is gonna take responsibility for this attack, I'm guessing? Oh, they have an emergency fallback system, eh? Are they being controlled by the mother computer? Oh? Is this... What? What the actual hell? Oh man. This definitely feels like a series where you want to watch the entire arc in its entirety. Ah! Hmm. Oh, because obviously this ending scenery is new and whatnot, or artwork, so I want to take a look at this. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I think it's actually pretty genius to use just the pure instrumentals for this ending theme. Okay, I guess not really too much else to see here. Well, I will see you guys after this. Well, guys, that was certainly an intriguing episode there. And man, I actually really want to see what's gonna happen next, but you know, probably I don't have more time today, so maybe sometime a few days later. But yeah, I mean, I really love the fact that they are kind of explaining the different positions and viewpoints and whatnot. I'm pretty sure that in the future we are probably going to have a more face-to-face and more heart-to-heart with the members of TOAC, presumably the leader as well, which this is the second time we've seen him here. Yeah, like I said, I wouldn't even be all that surprised if in the end this entire project was devised by TOAC in the first place, right? Maybe Matsumoto is the result of some descendants or some kind of prime directive from the TOAC organization in the future or whatnot. But you know, let's leave that speculation for later. Let's talk a little bit about what I really like from this particular episode. I love the fact that they address the singularity points and how, you know, human history has already shifted its course throughout all this. Like I mentioned before, there's just, you know, even though I get it that they're trying to use the more sort of Steins Gate kind of way, saying that, you know, there are these singularity points, there are these anchor points within a timeline that will happen no matter what. But as we can see here, it is very, very clearly shifting, right? This is a completely different future than the one which Matsumoto come from. How exactly is that going to work? Are we going to fall into the same, as I said, causality kind of problem here? Well, you know, the fact that they actually do mention this makes me believe that perhaps they will find an explanation for this, right? I certainly hope so, because even though that's not the main point of the story, it's always better if you can complete the full circle here, right? So, you know, let's take that in mind. And then I love that they actually show this sort of moderate side of things, right? Showing that, hey, you can love AI, but at the same time realize the dangers of its evolution and whatnot. And so we get the professor here, right? He clearly loves AI. I mean, he has an AI wife and whatnot, but still, he recognizes that if AI evolution grows uncontrolled, you know, it's going to be it's going to doom humanity forever, right? And this kind of ties in neatly with what I said in the last episode on, you know, if AI have already evolved to a point where they are completely human-like, they have human emotions, feelings, thoughts, and so on and so forth, but they are superior to humans in every other way. What is the purpose of humans here, right? So, you know, they got that entire thing put down as well. So once again, bring into light the point that, hey, maybe this is indeed a bad thing. TOAC aren't completely wrong in what they're trying to do. It's just like the professor said, they are a little bit too extreme in their methods and whatnot, right? So so there's that entire thing there as well. I do like that they are sort of trying to shift the perspective there as well, and that's why I'm saying with good confidence that perhaps in the future we are going to understand the TOAC side of the stories as well. The actual, you know, the actual AI facility and whatnot, I'm not sure what what should be said about that part. I do have my guesses as to why the facility was shut down but then reopened once again. You know, you do have to wonder, right? What does that mother computer, like, what is her mission here? She mentioned something about, like, protecting humankind, right? And so this ties in directly with what I was saying in the last episode and in how a lot of these sort of AI situations, you know, you get into this sort of situation where, you know, they do have a mission, and that mission is supposedly beneficial for humankind, but it's just simply interpreted in a different way. So as to in the end, you know, they don't feel any remorse or whatsoever in killing humans or whatnot if it's for the sake of this overall mission here, right? I mentioned how, like, Isaac Asimov, the grandfather, the godfather of robotics and artificial intelligence sci-fi stories, right? The three laws of robotics, and how he basically derived this zeroth law as well, right? To be even more higher than the three laws, basically saying that, okay, you know, the first law is basically you can't harm humans, the second law is you have to obey humans, the third law is you must not harm yourself. But then, you know, to get over it and to allow the robots, right, to allow the AI to actually accomplish something even grander, even greater, he derived a zeroth law, which is basically saying that, you know, all three of the other laws can be violated if it's for the sake of protecting humankind and not allowing humankind to be harmed, right? And that is a very ambiguous kind of thing there. So I do wonder if this is actually going to fall directly into that kind of situation where we are having a zero flaw kind of scenario here, you know, this everything that is happening, you know, everything that's going to happen in the future is a result of, you know, an AI perhaps applying or sticking a little bit too much to their prime mission, to her prime mission or whatnot, and that is what's causing all this. And I do mention her because I think at this point the series has dropped enough hints to let us realize that most probably the you know, the mother the how can I say it, you know, the hive mind, right? The central computer, the one controlling all of this, the one behind all of this, is probably a female AI, and in fact, most probably a sister derived from the same line that Diva comes from as well. You know, the same lineage and whatnot. I think that very scene at the very end there does kind of hint at that, and certainly I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case here, right? So, yeah, and the reason why I'm saying here that I can kind of feel that this is a zero flaw kind of situation is, again, because of no, there was this specific scene in this episode here, right, where the mother computer said she had a mission. She has to ensure this metal floats the city's survival for the sake of humankind, right? Now, I personally don't think that this Mother Queen is going to be the same one that's eventually responsible for everything, for the entire uprising in the future. That's probably all the way back to, you know, that structure in the sky, that tower or whatnot. You know, that's probably another AI over there. But they probably are all derived from Diva's line here, and yeah, that's basically what I'm trying to get at throughout all of this. So I do think, you know, if my hunches are correct, it is going to walk down that sort of path here. So yeah, and you know, like I said, to me, even more so than all the music and the animation and whatnot that's going on. And again, you know, we get to see Vivy in a very badass mode once again, and for that I'm very grateful for. But really, the most interesting thing about this entire series is how it's following the life of an AI, right? And clearly, you know, this is not a situation where she has to work with humans or whatnot, right? She doesn't have a human partner or all that sort. It's just simply an AI on this sort of journey of self-discovery, and eventually, you know, getting through these sort of philosophical ideals, like what it means to be human, what it means to be an AI, and is there any kind of conflict between these two, like some kind of fundamental conflict between what they want to do and all that. And I just find it really, really intriguing, and I mean, I'm having a blast just coming up with these theories and whatnot, right? So I don't know. I could be completely wrong throughout all this, but I feel like the way that the story is being written is very logical to me at this point. So I would not be surprised at all if this does go into a situation where it's eventually revealed that, you know, everything that's happening is because AI still have to follow their one true mission, and this is a situation where the one true mission is being interpreted a little bit too how can I say it, too literally, too leniently, too creatively, however you want to say that. But yeah, in any case, I think that's pretty much it for this episode. I mean, let me just quickly look through. Yeah, I mean, I don't really think there's too much else to say here. In fact, I'm not even sure if this is still a continuing arc, or we're just going into the next episode here, right? That the mission to stop the island is a failure and whatnot. But, you know, it could also be a possibility that right in the next episode, we are going to be having this conversation between the leader of Toak and Diva here, right? That could also be a possibility. And by the way, one thing that I am kind of puzzled about is, you know, if the Toak people already know about Diva, right? They already have all this information on her, and I mean, that's why the professor knew about her as well, right? Yet, for the past 5 years, they've just let Diva remain alone, right? You would think that if they knew about her, they would actually want to do something about her, but apparently not. So, I mean, I don't know. And you might think, hey, maybe they can't really do something, but hey, they are able to launch a literal armed assault on like an AI island and whatnot. So, No, it is definitely puzzling, right? And I do kind of feel maybe this has to do with the fact that their leader is that guy. And again, I kind of get the feeling that he was probably the boy that Diva saved all the way back in the first episode. But that is just a hunch for right now. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.